Underway. Last round in the round robin for the men's 2026 Club National Championships. And we got a gem lined up for us. We got 2 3-1 teams showing up. We got Murray out of the Phoenix Curling Club taking on Team Dolan, the local squad out of St. Paul. First rock is out of Leeds, Brian's hand. And we are into Murray's rocks. Eric Cowell, please correct me on the chat. I've needed it all week long, so if you're out there listening, rooting on the hometown teams, please chime in if I'm chopping anybody's names. And here's the hardest one of the squads, Brian Unbehan. I got the St. Paul crowd behind me, so they'll correct me sooner than later if they hear me chop it too many times. But Brian with his second in the first. Both teams coming in 3-1, so a lot of squads will be looking at this. I'm kind of looking at the playoff scenarios, and I am not dialed in enough to know the tiebreakers to the scenarios. So it's gonna be an interesting day here. Men's wrap up after this round robin draw. Nobody has clinched at this point. Both undefeated teams last night lost their draw, so both pools we have 3 teams sitting at 3-1. So the 2 teams on 4, 1 team will advance. Winner will advance in this game. Sean Murray, I believe, throws 4, but he's out sweeping stones, so not holding the broom. Mike Siggins down there holding the broom. I have him listed as vice skip, so we'll see if he throws 3. Second for Team St. Paul, Austin Harvey, digging into the hack with his flashy Jordans on. Chris Dolan looking to cover up their own. I didn't really see the shot call, maybe top 12. Sweepers are brushing. They're trying to carry the rock as far as they can. I think it's a little light. Big brush by Dan Metcalf. So the rock hung out a little bit, possibly a little wide on the broom. We'll have to keep an eye on that. This is the end of the championship. I know they scratched stones right before championship started, so we might, being halfway through it, stones might be wearing down a little bit. We'll keep an eye on the curl. So Mike Siggins indicating to his second, Adam Endicott, play a little control hit on this rock. Endicott indicates it's up, so sweepers are staying close. Sean Murray hard on the straight side, trying to hold the rock if he can. So they do get the Dolan rock, but they do lose the shooter. Austin Harvey is going to be asked to throw the same shot, I would imagine. So Chris Dolan taps on the intern side 4-foot, top 8. Austin Harvey with his second in the first. Beautiful delivery out of the hack, right on line. Sweepers are staying close. Dan Metcalf jumps it right away. So they're sweeping for weight, scrubbing pretty hard. Looks to be pretty close to what Skip Chris wanted. So nicely managed stone, good team shot. Beautiful second for Austin. Team Murray looking to hit and roll, maybe right in front of Chris Dolan's rock there. All right, so now he indicated last second he's going to try to rip both of them here if he can. So Adam Endicott with his second in the first, throwing some sauce here. Sweepers are staying close. Sean Murray's on it for the straight side. He's off. It's close. Now they're going curl. They're off. Yeah, it must be really close. So they do get both. Oh, and he skirts the Dolan rock. So they aren't able to get both. Dolan sitting one. Team Murray with hammer. First end, battle of the 3-1 teams. Last round robin game. We got the hometown squad, Chaska, over on 6, taking the team. I didn't get to call that team, so I'm not familiar with the Colleton team. Unfortunately, I didn't get to call all the men's teams, so there's a couple teams out here that I'm not super familiar with. So St. Paul, Dan Metcalf with his first of 2. Sweepers are on it, just bringing it in to where Skipper wants it. So nicely done, Dan Metcalf with his first of the game. He's talking to himself a little bit, so he might not have liked it. We got Mike Siggins, vice skip, holds 4, shoots 3. Cornbroom out of the hack. Sweepers are on it hard for the straight side. See if they can hold this. So double is definitely not into play. They are going to stick their shooter. So Murray sitting with 2. Dolan's not going to ignore that. Dan Metcalf has to play a bumper hit with his second here. Dan Metcalf setting the hack. He's out. Rock is out of the hand. I saw a pick right in front of the hack and it disappeared as he made his delivery. I hope to God it's under his shoe and not the rock. The rock seems to be going down a fine line, so they make the hit. They stick off into the wing. Murray deciding maybe to freeze here. He's debating. Just a tap and stick. Mike Siggins picturing his shot, going through it in his head. He likes it. He's set up. Looks to me like it's just a little backline weight here off that broom. This team does throw a really good positive handle, so their rocks might hold lines a little longer than what I'm used to seeing in the club style curling. So looks like he drilled his line, hit it right where Sean said he wanted it. So rock is exposed. Chris Dolan's going to skate down here for his first of 2. Get a look at the skipper here, St. Paul. Chris Dolan with a fantastic delivery. Good old tuck, dragging the broom on the ice. Gotta love it. Sweepers are on it. Austin's going for curl if he can. He wants it to curl. Austin scrubbing away. Love to have him on my front end. Man, is he brushing. So Dolan, successful. Sitting 2 without hammer. Force is looking like it might be on. See what Dolan's coming, trying to bury, so trying to get a good old skip deuce here in the first. Seemed to have his draw weight pretty dialed in practice. Let's see if that carries on into the first end here. Sean Murray. A little behind or in between legs sweep of the ice. Let's see if that's every shot tradition. We saw a guy on one team wiping the rock between the legs. I've never seen the ice between the legs, so. Voice is getting a little trash, so forgive me out there if anybody's listening in. Chat is open. Let us know. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Sweepers are on it. Adam Endicott sweeping hard for line. This is going to crash on the Dolan rock. So they do chip off the Dolan rock. They are sitting shot rock, but Dolan's got 2 and 3 sitting in the house, so they're debating on what the call is, what turn to throw, I guess, instead of the call. So he chooses the in turn. Force is on. Team St. Paul, good successful first end. Played tough for Murray the whole end. Got a lot of rocks in play on 2. I'm taking a look around. There's going to be scoring in every end here, or every sheet in the first end here, so that'll be nice. No blank ends. Sweepers are hard on it for Lion. Oh, they're off now. Now they're looking for curl, so Austin over sweeping it, keeping it 2 straight. So they do lose their shooter, but sitting 2. So Force is on. Murray looking to draw anywhere to the 8-foot, get his 1. Trying to look at their shirts. I believe it is the Coyotes Curling Club, if I read correctly. Coyotes Curling Club out of Arizona. Sean Murray. Yep, so definitely through the legs. That's his deal. Like the style. Murray's dug in the hack. Out of the hack. Nice low delivery. Something dragged right across the 4-foot there. I hope it's not under the rock again. So Sean Murray definitely puts a nice positive handle on his rock. Easy for the sweepers to keep where they want it. Sweepers are staying close. It's heavy though. Sweepers have not want to be, they didn't even want to be around that rock. So they do use backing and they get their 1. We got a 1-0 game for Murray out of Arizona. So job well done for Team Dolan. They force them in the first. We'll be back in the second. We're back in the second after a 1-0 first end for the Arizona team out of the Coyotes Curling Club Murray. So we did get some chats here. Sounds like we got one of the St. Paul's Leads college buddies watching, and Dan, chime in. Am I chopping his last name? Is it Unbahan? Unbahan? I think it's Unbahan. Let me know on that. Thanks for chiming in. He's listening in from Florida. Jeez. Good to hear. What? Yeah.
His nickname's Red Pants.
Nickname Red Pants, the scorekeeper's telling me, or the timekeeper. We have hey, it looks like we have maybe a Christopher watching from Arizona. Thanks for looking in, rooting on Team Murray. And then look at this, Team Dolan drawing in fans from all over the country. We got Tracy watching from Atlanta, so thanks for watching, Tracy. Thanks for chiming in on the chat. Let us know any fun facts about anybody or anything that's going on. Brian's out of the hack, Red Pants for St. Paul. Rock is out of the hand. Austin's scratching away. It doesn't look like he's digging too hard, just kind of managing. Must be a good rock. I can't see behind the skipper. Yep. So they remove the Murray rock that drifted into the house. So Dolan's sitting with a center guard. on the center line, which good segue that we are playing a no-tick rule in this championship. So 5 rocks have to be played before that rock can be removed off the center line. First for Murray, Eric Cowell. With his second one, trying to bury behind, so should be close. Looks like a great way. Sweepers are managing this. Sean Murray trying to curl it at the end. Beautiful stone by Eric there. Buried on the front 4. Short run back for Dolan. He's going to ignore it and just start piling the granite in here. So Brian Unbahan. I'll get it, Brian. I promise. I'll get it by the end of the game. I was thinking I was in the clear on names until, of course, our hometown team, Dolan, came around. So I'm pumped to be calling the Dolan game. I've been watching them all week, rooting them on, but they've been kind of away from my sheet the whole tournament. So both of these squads I've been kind of excited to watch. Winner will advance. The loser of this game is not necessarily out. I do not know the intel, and I'm not deep enough to know the tie-breaking situations, so both of these squads could advance, theoretically. Nicely managed rock. Dan Metcalf gave a little sigh. I think they wanted to carry that a foot farther, but getting a little picky there. That's a nice rock. So I'm looking at the Pool B here, which we're watching. Yeah, so we have Dolan at 3-1, Caldwell, which is the Chaska team on 6, 3-1, and Murray 3-1. So, depending on T Fround, which is over on, where is Fround? Sheet 5 right next to us. If Fround gets beat, both of these teams are in. So, heavy playoff situation going on both pools. I'll try to dig into Pool A a little later, but yeah, we have the same situation over there with 3 3-1 teams and 1 2-2 teams. So coming down to the end here, a lot of good curling. We had 2 undefeated teams last night in the men's, both getting beat, so that really shook up the whole thing. So straight peel for the Dolan squad here. Didn't like all the junk in the middle. Dolan sitting with hammer. He's got a center guard and he's got one biting the 8 in the top. But behind that, behind those 2 stones, Murray does have one sitting in the 4-foot. So Murray's going to look to just junk up the middle as much as they can. Might see a little bit of guard and peel here for a couple shots. Also watching from South Florida for Team Murray. So we have a Dolan fan from Florida and we have a Murray fan from Florida. Nice. That is fantastic. How is the weather down there? We are coming out of a chilly Minnesota morning. We have been teased with some good weather lately, and this morning there was frost out, and driving by the lake, and all the water that was open around the shoreline is now froze up. So the peel is on, trying to maybe get a couple stones, but not a big deal. They do peel, so object well done. Throwing some sauce, Austin Harvey. We had some beeping going on. I was thinking I was maybe losing my microphone here. So Vice Skip, although he holds the broom and calls the game, Mike Siggins digging into the hack. Something tells me that change took place during this championship, because I swear I saw Sean Murray holding the broom at the beginning of the tournament, but I could be wrong. This could be the way they throw all the time. Anybody know out there? Oh, 83 and sunny. All right, Dan. I liked you. Now I'm kind of a little bit jealous here. So 83 and sunny. Beautiful. We're waiting for those days here. So rock comes in a little lighter than they wanted. They were kind of asking, I think, to come down to the button 4 foot, so it does come up a little light. Angles are out there. I don't know if Chris likes the angles he's looking at. He's going to play the Murray stone, which will move theirs out, but he's got to change the angles regardless. They aren't really in favor for Dolan at this point. So Dan Metcalf, he's going to throw some heat. This is his first in the second. So a nice controlled delivery. He's not over pushing out of the hack. Austin scrubbing away, keeping the rock straight as he can. Beautiful scrub by Austin. Harvey, look at that. So they get rid of the Murray stone. They chip their own stone over. They got 2 guards out front. Murray's buried behind, but Dolan's got one lingering. Dolan with hammer. Just has to get rid of that yellow, and he's got himself a multiple here in the 2. So Mike Siggins skating down. Looks like they're going to, I didn't see the shot call. I assume they're just going to guard this turn here, the in turn. Had to make sure he was a righty before he dug into the half. So Mike Siggins, that tuck position, a lot of tucks on this game here. Sheet 4, yep, the guard was the call. They aren't protecting the turn more or less, they're protecting the rock. It's hard for me to see the angles where I'm sitting. I don't know if Dolan can get to that yellow with their guard there. Dolan's definitely got options though. So they do. They cover up the middle of the sheet. We got 3 guards out front, 2 rocks buried behind. Chris is debating on what he's thinking of doing here. Yep. Looks like he's just going to peel the Murphy stone. He doesn't like where that stone ended up. So Dan Metcalf with his second, throwing 2 peels in this end. They might be looking for some bit of a slash maybe on their own to promote their own. Brian, unbehind, really hard on it. So they do play it. Oh, and they do just miss that slash. So I think Chris Dolan was eyeing up, maybe possibly getting a little chip on their own. So once again, regardless, the shot call was a peel. So job well done by Dan Metcalf. Beautiful stones, nice pair here in the second. Skipper Sean Murray skates down. We're going to play a little replace game here, I would imagine. So I love to see the chats live. Good to see. I will try to keep up as much as I can. Unfortunately, I am solo for the morning draw. We do have help for both the other draws today, so you won't have to suffer just listen to me solo, but I will keep up as best as I can. Love to see the chat. Love to see the people watching. Root on the teams. We got a good one here. Both 3-1 teams. Dolan going against Murray. Phoenix against St. Paul. Battle of the Club Nationals. Sean Murray with the rock out. His first. Getting ahead of myself. Sweepers are really watching it. I think they think it's heavier than they wanted because they did not want to sweep it. Over curls. Let's see if it changes the angles here. Maybe Dolan's got something to work with here. I wonder if he plays a tap on that Murray stone and spreads both of his out. That's what he's looking at. That's kind of what I'm seeing too. He might get both of his stones in the house by playing this. Well, never mind. He's playing, looks like he's playing some heat. Dan and Chris using some of their thinking time. Both teams are allotted 30 minutes of thinking time. I haven't seen thinking time come into play as of yet, but we are about to go into playoffs here this afternoon, so we might see these clocks come into play a little bit more often. But Dan and Chris are taking their time, deciding on what they want to do. Chris, I think his main objects, he wants to get that open. He wants to get his 2. So they're going to throw some smoke at this. Maybe get a little around the world on the Murray stone and fly that off to the wing on the intern side. And he can lose his shooter, so he might really open things up here, get access to that Murray stone that's been on the forefoot since the beginning of this end. So here we go. Chris Dolan with the old Manitoba tuck. He's dragging the broom in front of him. Rock is out. Austin's on it for curl. Austin Harvey, he's the one you want sweeping if you need it. Looks close. Oh, and they did. So ended up being a little bit narrow, I think, what they wanted. Does open up the Murray stone. Dolan sitting second shot with hammer. So Murray's, they're talking between Mike and Sean here. Looks like Sean was hinting to a freeze. I think the wave of a guard went up there, so they might just be trying to guard this here. The angles aren't ideal for Chris Dolan on his reds to maybe raise there, but he's a man of many tricks up his sleeve, so we'll see what Dolan's forced to deal with. Sorry, got caught there reading some chats, getting caught up. Let's keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Rock is out of the hand. Last for Sean Murray. Sweepers are plowing here, so I think they like the weight. Eric Cowell definitely jumps it at the end, so they are looking for curl. They don't want to leave access for Chris Dolan to throw an easy hit, so they do cover it up. So Team Murray buried behind some guards here. Dolan sitting second shot, looking at any way they can get a 2 out of this end. We are live at the 8 o'clock draw, Saturday morning. 5th and final draw of the round robin for the men's. Watching Team Dolan out of St. Paul, the hometown squad, taking on the Phoenix team out of the Coyotes Curling Club, Team Murray. Taking a look around the sheets here, I don't see any giant first ends, so we will give you an update. The hometown squad over on 6, Caldwell taking on Team Gleaton, and Gleaton has a 2-0 lead over Caldwell. Caldwell's one of the 3-1 teams, so Gleaton playing upset situation. So on sheet 2 we have the Wauwatosa squad. I called them Team Freund taking on Team Carlson. So the Battle of Wisconsin on sheet 5 here. I guess I wish I'll check out their records here. So yeah, that's fun for the Wisconsin fans. Tune into that one. Freund is 2-2, Carlson 1-3. So look at that shot. I'm sitting there giving an update. Chris Dolan does use his angle raise. St. Paul crowd loves it. Fans are hollering. He uses the raise that I didn't know if he could use those, and he proves me wrong. He does it. So Chris Dolan gets his 2, forces them in the first. So Team Dolan off to a nice start. We'll catch you in the third. So Team Dolan able to generate the deuce with a brilliant skipper's last hammer shot. We got a 2-1 game. Scorekeeper hasn't hung the score yet, but we do have a 2-1 game. Team Dolan over the Murray squad out of Phoenix. So before that ended, we'll finish going through the other scores. Sheet 3, we have Bond taking on Team Workin'. Bond out of Seattle and Workin' out of Fargo. We have a 2-0 game after 1. Team Bond hanging 2. Looks like they're into a battle over there on Sheet 3. Two fun squads to watch. On Sheet 2, we have Rose taking on Guzman. And Guzman is in a must-win situation over there. So Rose could end and give the playoff situation single-handedly by beating Guzman. And Guzman's up to a 1-0 lead over on Sheet 2. So that's one to watch too. That could be the playoff scenario right there. Guzman loses. So on Sheet 1, we have Johnson taking on Wright. And we have a 1-1 after 2. So Red Pants, Brian Unbehan, out of the hack. Rock is on the way. I was told his nickname is Red Pants, then it was confirmed recently, so I know he goes by Red Pants, so I don't feel bad calling him it. Rock is out of the hand. He threw a gem with his first one. Look at this. He matches it with a perfect pair. Is he going to drift? And he does bite the 12. So Murray has access to these if he wants. There you go. So a good pair from Brian to start the end. Third end, Eric Cowell out for Murray. Looking for a little hit and roll under his guard if possible. It's over curling. Might run these double here. Just missed it. So he chips Dolan's rock right behind their own rock. So Dolan's rock is buried behind the tee line. Chris Dolan's gonna peel the Murray top 12. Jared chiming in, thank you. Yes, the USA Curling site does have all the standings and all the information on the tournament, and they are pretty, they're active. So as soon as the games are done, they're entering the data, and it's updated. So Austin Harvey with his first and the third, asked to play, guess again. Yeah, another hit. So Brian's sweeping hard on the straight side, keep it as straight as he can. Doesn't look like a frantic scrub, so it does curl over to the low side. Rolls out, and they're sitting in a guard spot there, so Team Murray looking to... I didn't see the shot call. I don't know if they're burying behind. Looks like they are. They're going to try to draw behind their cover here, try to get a 2 generated in the third. So Adam Endicott out of the hack. This is curling a mile on him. So plan B, raise their own into the red. Which they try, but they aren't going to have enough juice on it to get it there. So a little light on them. Got tricked by that line. I've been watching the sheet this whole tournament, and that line is swinging like crazy. So Austin Harvey set up to play, it looks like a draw weight here, so not a hit weight for Austin. With his Jordan set up, he's out of the hack. Rock is on its way. Sweepers are staying close. It's a little heavy. I trust Dan's judgment. He's saying it's a little heavier than what they were asking. So sweepers don't want to touch it. It's hanging a little bit because it might be heavy, but it is curling up here, so I think it's coming down. Hands go up. Austin Harvey completely buries the Dolan rock. Went a little farther than they wanted, so the run back's pretty short for Endicott. That's the call. skipper Mike Siggins down there holding the broom. Gave him 0 broom, and Adam wanted a little bit of broom, so he gave him 4 inches. So throwing some sauce at this, trying to hit and roll under and maybe get rid of both the Dolans. Sweeping hard for line. So they do get rid of both the Dolans behind, but they are sitting wide open. They do have guards to get under if they can. Obviously, Dan Metcalf's going to look to roll away from those guards as much as possible, but they do have a corner guard of Dolan's to use also. I guess on Team Dolan, you'd rather have them go under your guard than under their guards. So Dan Metcalf out of the hack. Dan's been asked to throw some hits today. It's been pretty precise. Sweeping hard on it to keep it straight is Austin Harvey. So they do, look at that. So they roll under the Murphy guards. Murphy, without hesitation, is going to draw in front of that rock here, try to use their guards if they can. So Dan's curls on them. They were looking to go high side. They end up getting all the way over to the low side. It is buried, though. So Dolan is sitting 1 without hammer. Team Murray's got a wide open draw for their last one if needed at this point. Mike Siggins with his first. In the third, sweepers are going. It looks like they're going for weight. They're off it. Now they like the weight. So they're going to curl it here at the end. Sweepers back off, so maybe a little overswept. No, hands go up. It's confirmed Murray is sitting 1. They did drift behind the tee line, so see what Dolan decides to do here. Yep, he's going to freeze into it. So I could be wrong, but I think this is going to be Dan's first draw of the game. Maybe he did throw one in the first, so I could be wrong on that. But he has thrown a lot of hits, so let's see if he's got his weight down. Try to get a time here. Dan Metcalf with his second in the third. Brian's sweeping hard for some curl, so it might be a little heavy. Which, like I say, that might be his first draw of the game. 13.97, so that's going to drift, if not through, at least to the back. So a little heavy on his first. Tough ask for Dan Metcalf. He's been the hidden machine. Good news is Chris Dolan still got 2 stones in the end, so Murray looking to generate 2, sitting 1. I think the call was just bring another one in. They could use the Dolan guard here too in this situation, split the house. Instead, they bury behind cover is the call, which if you're hot, that gives Dolan an out. So we'll see what happens here. Rock is on the way. Sweepers like it. They're on and off. Lead Eric Cowell's going for some curl here to finish. So nice pair from Mike Siggins in the third. He's got 2 Murray stones sitting. So Dolan is looking at the freeze. That's why on that last shot on Murray, not that I'm right or wrong, but I wouldn't be opposed to splitting the house with hammer. Just get Dolan looking at the other side of the house instead of giving Dolan the option to just follow that down. So Dolan with a good corner freeze could take care of both of those Murray stones here. Chris Dolan is throwing sharp so far, so I expect this to be close. We'll get a time on this. Dan Metcalf had a 13.97, which did drift all the way through the house, so it's been pretty consistent ice speeds of this whole tournament. I think, anywhere from 14.5 to 15.5 sweepers can get it right on the pin, so rock is out of the hand. I didn't get a good click. Brian's indicating it's heavy. Sweepers are staying close, so it's not that heavy. Austin's hard for line. Beautiful sweep by Austin. Now they're going for curl. They chip the Murray stones. Dolan sitting 1. Murray sitting 2-3 with hammer. Sean Murray eyeing up his first for the third end here. So they're committed to playing to this out-turn side. They're looking at hitting and just rolling into the granite. Vice skip Mike is saying, what if we roll to the other side? I kind of like that. Yep, roll right there. Then Dolan has to deal with it. Sean is the skip of the team. He says, nope, I want to play. Yep, so they're going to throw. Looks like Sean wants that call. Still some talk. So we don't know the exact call. I think they're going with Sean's call. They're going to play the out turn and roll over to the out turn side. So they want to, I think the call is they're going to hit high side on this. So Sean digs in, does his through the leg ice clean. He's ready to go. The broom's telling me they're throwing firm weight at this. So he blasts out of the hack. Rock is on its way. Sweepers are staying close. They need it to curl. Okay, so they were trying to get low side, roll over to the center. So vice skip Mike Siggins won the shot call here. So Dolan staring down 3. Murray with hammer. Situations here. Let's see. They are talking. They're going to play the hit on the shot stone. Roll over and maybe freeze on to the Murray second shot. Third shot, I should say. Yep, so we're going to see some smoke thrown here on sheet 4. Cross ice double maybe in play here. Talking it over with the front end, make sure everybody knows what they do. And Austin and Brian, they know what the shot call is, so whole squad is ready to go. Dan holding the broom at the far side. He gets into ready position. He's ready to call line. Chris Dolan digging in. Fires out of the hack. Rock is out of the hand. Austin's blasting it to keep the line. Scrubbing away. Looks to be close. Did he? So he does. Chris Dolan again comes through. Saves them from at least giving up a 3. Yes. Murray might be able to get their 2 here, but the 3 is out of play, so job well done. Skipper's hot today. Sean Murray forced to deal with the Dolan rock. He's got to keep his shooter. Throwing hack weight. Vice skip bumped his shoe. That's a lot of broom for hack weight. Although this center to out curls a mile, so we'll watch this. Sean Murray with the hammer in the third. Team Dolan. Skipper throws a gem. Up 2-1 after 2. Hammer's on its way. Looks like it's curling up nice. Are they going to be able to keep this shooter, though? I don't know if they're going to keep the shooter. So Dolan. Dan Metcalf scrubs it. Dolan forces Murray in the third. We have a tie game after 3, 2-2. We'll see you in the fourth. we're back in the fourth. I was out doing my post-end stretch, and Team Murray throwing their rocks before they were even supposed to. We were still in the break time there, so I did a scout around the arena. We got to be keeping our eyes on sheet 2, because if Rose plays spoiler on sheet 2, all of these 3-1 teams will have a berth into the playoffs, and this game won't even matter because both teams are making it. I shouldn't say that because the top team in pools do get a bye, so everything matters. So Team Dolan scrubbing on their first in the fourth end, looking to bury behind the Murray center guard. Yeah, hands up. Brian Unbehan, also known as Red Pants, he likes it. St. Paul likes it. Good start to the fourth end. Murray peeling their own with their second. So Brian threw it so good that they are doing a peel of shame here. Oh, just running it back, I guess. Trying to get it, so not necessarily a peel. So Dolan buried behind the yellow stone of Murray, looking to put another one in the center. So Dolan's going to junk up the middle if they can. So yeah, back to sheet 2. That's the spoiler. If Rose beats Guzman, all the 2 teams we're watching will be in, and the Caldwell team, the Chaska team, would be in. So that's a big one to watch. Rose, so far, looking for their first win. That could be a huge spoiler for Guzman. Otherwise, Guzman with a win will have a tiebreaker between the loser of this sheet or if Caldwell loses. So we'll keep an eye on Caldwell, too. So Dolan going to junk up the middle, does it. The chat is alive and kicking. Thanks for chiming in, everybody out there. Keep it up. Looks like Dan said not enough juice on that hammer in the third for Murray. Yeah, almost. It was almost either. I said there was a lot of broom for Hack. I feel like there was just a little too much broom given on that shot. So we'll see if they make the adjustment on that. I have the unfair advantage of knowing this ice. I've been watching this sheet since, well, this is my 9th draw of watching here. So Dolan junking up the middle. They're just going to keep pounding them in there, make Murray deal with it. They have hammer. They don't want to see it. Murray does have a corner guard, but it's so far out there, I don't know if it's going to be very useful. So Austin Harvey out of the hack with his first in the fourth. Both sweepers are scrubbing. They're digging. So it might be a little light, but Dan Metcalf and Brian can carry a stone. So it ends up being really nice. Really nice 2-guard. Attaboy. Nice shot by Austin. So he's out with his first of 2 in the fourth. Mike Siggins asking his second Adam Endicott to run these Dolan. Maybe you get lucky, get 2 of them moving out here. So rock is out of the hand. I would assume pretty soon we'll just start seeing straight peels here if they don't get a run back. So looks like they are going to get some movement there. So they do get rid of 2 of the Dolans. Job well done for Adam. So we got Austin Harvey digging in for his second, looking to set up a Christmas tree here and top 12, cover his stone. A little sigh of relief on Team Murray there. They feel good that they got rid of a couple Dolan stones there. Makes you feel good when you can end the chase a little earlier, but Austin Harvey looking to get that chase back going. So with his second, sweepers like the weight this time. They love it. So it comes in 10 inches farther than Skipper's broom, but right on line that he wanted. Yep, so Murray's looking for a little soft weight double here. Keep the shooter if possible. Normal hit. We'll get a time on this. So Mike Siggins with his first in the fourth. We are taking a break after the fourth end. We run 8 ends with 30 minutes thinking time. Rock is out of the hand. So he over curls. He jams on the Dolan stone, jams on the Dolan stone. So Dolan's sitting shot rock. Murray did bury under their guard. So job well done with the shooter. Dolan with hammer. Looking to get his 2. He's been efficient with his hammer so far. It just took a Kevin Cooey shot, a highlight reel shot to get it, but didn't see the shot call. It looked like he waved his broom just to cover his on the forefoot for now. Didn't get a time on this, so Dan Metcalf out of the first is definitely a draw weight or guard weight. Austin staying close. So Dan's been throwing a lot of hits this game, so he was asked to throw a draw in the last end, and he was a little heavy, but he was nice on weight there. Skipper gives him the okay. Dan's still talking, wondering if it over-curled maybe. Over-curled for what they were thinking. So Murray looking to hit and bury under again. He's in the steal position in the fourth end, so he doesn't mind getting under that cover. Caldwell throwing yellow stones, the Chaska squad. They're a 3-1 team. They did get into the lead and stole in the third, so they're up to a 3-2 game. Mike Siggins with his first in the fourth. Look at that. So they come up light on it and they promote the Dolan stone. So Dolan's sitting 2. One's behind the tee line, one's in the top button. He is fine with setting a guard here. So he's looking for a 3 guard, a tight guard. Dan Metcalf. Maybe over-curled on his last one, but I expect he's going to be pretty dialed in on this one. He gets to throw 2 in a row here. This is a dream for shot makers. Dan's out of the hack. Sweepers are staying close. Austin wants to jump it. I think they like the weight. They like it. He's cleaning. Weight's really nice. Looking at maybe curl here at the end. 15-2-8. This is in the house for sure. Speed is going, so they actually freeze right down into it. So let's see what they got. Double set up. They aren't going to be able to get rid of all 3, but double. Yeah, double's there. Nose hit double, so he could. And my angles are off, so I don't know. That triple might be there. One's jamming for sure. I think he's just going to lose the top, 2 on the top. I wish I could see. I'm off to the side. Regardless, Dolan's going to have one stick around, so he might get a crack here at a deuce. Oh, we still have 2 stones left for skippers. This is the first of the skipper stones, so there's still a lot of end here. Rock is out. Sean Murray sweeping hard for line. So they take the other 2 out, the 2 I wasn't looking at. Scrambling around, guys diving around left and right. Rock goes into the hack, so I think it kind of surprised everybody on the sheet there. So Dolan sitting 1. The one I didn't expect to still be sitting there is still sitting there. Looks like he's going to freeze out count, so maybe just grab the 8-foot right in front of his own here. Try to line it up so it's not on an angle for a double and just get it lined up for a jam. So, Chris Dolan, hot in this game. we're just, as fans here, we're just expecting him to make this. I mean, he's not going to miss it. So, Chris Dolan with his first in the fourth. Dan Metcalf holding the broom. Shout out to, let's see here. We got a shout out. We got a shout out to Tony Bauman, Ross Harvey, and legend Debbie McCormick sitting. You can hear them on the live stream. All right, good deal. They're suffering. That's right. So Chris, a little light, covers up his own stone. Nice guard. So Murray's gonna have a tough time getting rid of that Dolan stone. Dolan with hammer. So fun to see. Yep, sitting right in front of the St. Paul squad. This team has had a good fan base the whole tournament, so you would expect to with the hometown team, but we've also had a good support for the Wisconsin teams, and we do have a battle of the Wisconsin teams taking place on sheet 5. Wauwatosa taking on, I think it's the Kettle Moraine, if I believe, club, Carlson. So battle of Wisconsin teams. Keep an eye on 2 because Rose can play the spoiler. Had a beautiful shot on 5 there. So back to our feature sheet. Murray looking to run the Dolan stone. Looking to run both of them if he can. Shot is out of hand. Chris Dolan will have a draw with his hammer regardless. Sweepers are hard, it's close. So they jam. Dolan's going to have his shot for his deuce. So it was close. It was a nice stone where that Dolan stone ended because it was lined up perfectly where it was going to be hard to run both of them without jamming. So Dan Metcalf has the broom down. Chris Dolan ready for his last, the hammer in the 4th before our break. Looking to get a deuce. Looking to be efficient with the hammer. He got a deuce with his first hammer of the game. He's looking to get another one with the second hammer. They forced Team Murray in the 1st and 3rd, so Dolan in the control position here. Chris out of the hack. Rock is on its way. Austin's jumping it right away. He's thinking it might be a little light. He's double guessing it now, so it must be close. All right, both sweepers are on. I think the weight's going to be really nice. Yep. I got a 14.62. That's going to be past the tee line, but it's going to count for a 2. Team Dolan hangs a 2 in the 4. They go up 4-2. We go into the break. We'll see you in the 5th. We'll give you an update on all the other sheets. Thanks for listening. Keep the chat going. Nice. All right, we're into the second half of the last round robin draw for the men's 2026 Club National Championship. And we have the lead stone out for Brian Unbehan, red pants. Drifts to the back 12. Eric Caldwell looking to set a corner guard. Murray has been forced both times with hammer. Dolan's taken a 2 both times with hammer. So Murphy needs to get some corner guards set up, and they need to try to get some points. We are into Saturday in the championship. We are getting through the round robins. This is the last for the men right now. The women will wrap up their round robins. Their draw starts at noon. And then at 4 o'clock this afternoon, we will be into the quarterfinals. So we will know the results here after this draw. I have been trying to dig into the results. I have zero idea what the playoffs, like the tiebreakers, are going to be, but I do pretty confident on one fact. If Team Rose wins and beats Guzman over on sheet 2, I was talking about this earlier, I was wrong. That does not affect the game we're watching. But in Pool A, all the 3-1 teams would then advance if Rose beats Guzman on 2. And those teams would be Johnson out of Fairbanks, Bond. Oh, I did Bond, and I forget where they're out of. Ooh, I should be better about that. Sorry, guys. I've done so many games. Let's see. And then Team Working out of Fargo. So Fargo and Bond and Working are playing each other, but if that upset takes place on sheet 2, that would not matter. Both teams would make it. If Guzman wins on 2, then the loser on sheet 3 would be into a tiebreaker situation. So over on our sheet, between the Dolan and Murray, we are closely watching the Wisconsin battle over here. Because Steve Freund out of Wauwatosa, if they lose, then both teams on sheet 4 are automatically in. If Team Freund wins on sheet 5, then the loser of this team on sheet 4 would be in a tiebreaker situation with Team Freund. So I don't know where that goes. I'm not in deep enough to know the tiebreaker situations, but I do know we can watch sheet 2 and 5. So looks like sheet 5 right now. The Wauwatosa team is up. Team Freund 7-3. So the upset factor for Pool B, it might be a little bit out of reach at this point. We'll see as the game goes on. So Austin Harvey with his first in the 5th. Looking to come around the rocks. He does. Leaves it half exposed, but nice shot there. We are into the 5th. Murray with hammer. Dolan sitting 2 in the house. 2 guards out in the corner here. Learned a little bit about Austin Harvey. I didn't realize this. I was talking with his mom during the break there. His dad was a national level curler who has won a championship, actually, with the U.S. Men's Championship. So pretty interesting to find out the old man is a curler and runs in the family, so fun to see. Don't know the age on Austin, but doesn't look like he looks like a young man. So Chris Dolan trying to get that Murray rock out. It does bite the 12. So Murray's got one way out there in the wing. Dolan's going to ignore it. He's going to throw a center guard here. Austin Harvey set up for his second in the 5th. They throw the mop down in the break, and they throw a pebble to slide pass. So I have seen a little uptick in the speed coming into the 5th. We'll see if Austin makes the adjustment. Rock is on its way. Yeah, Team Bond out of Seattle, of course. Now I see their jerseys, and now I remember. I just called them, so fun experience for me calling all these games, get to know these teams after a while. Don't have to look at my notes so much anymore. 16-5-2 on this. They were looking for a guard, so this should be a beaut. Let's go Team Dolan. We got Dan chiming in. All right, so we got more Dolan supporters. Are the Florida viewers still watching down there in the lovely 83-degree weather? Or are you guys out enjoying the beach right now? So a lot of Dolan stones here in the middle. Murphy's got to start moving some granite. They're looking to run one of the Dolans back, get some granite moving, change some angles. Adam Endicott out of the hack with his second in the fifth. Sweepers are staying close. I think they like it. Now they're going curl. They're off, so it must be close to what they were asking. Straight peel. Ooh, and they just skirt their own on the wing there. Could have almost lost that, so that's good for Team Murray that they didn't. Dolan throwing a guard. We're going to see a little guards, some peels. Dan Metcalf in the hack. T-shirt with glove on. Rock is out of the hand. Sweepers do not even want to get near it, so they're acting like it's heavy. Austin confirms, he says it is heavy. So plan B is on. Chris is weighing out the options. Looks like we are going to get... So it drifts into the top four. Actually bites the button. Gets a quarter buried, so there are some angles for Murray to here to for sure lose two. They might jam on their own there in the back here, so it actually looks like it'll skirt underneath. So Mike Siggins digging in for his first in the fifth. Corn broom in hand. Out with his tuck delivery. Rock is on the way. Sweepers are hard for straight side. They're trying. Nope, now they're curl side. It's got to be close. Sweep and curl. So they do get rid of two of the Dolan stones, and they sit for shot rock. Murray with hammer in the fifth, looking to get their first two with hammer. They have been forced up to this point both times. So Dan Metcalf digging in for his second, has to play a hit. We are out of the hand. Dan Metcalf right on point, no adjustment needed. Brian scrubbing, he's off. Now Austin's digging for some curl. Nicely judged shot by the whole squad. So they do have the Murray stone crash on the Dolan stone. So Dolan is sitting one. Murray does have that stone way off to the wing in the 12-foot. That's been sitting here this whole end, ignored by Chris Dolan early on, so it'd be a shame to see that one come back to con him. Mike Siggins digging into the hack. Still got 5 stones in this end, so by no means is this end over. Siggins out of the hack. Sweepers are hard for straight side. Digging deep. Pushing hard. It's over curling. They are going to get rid of it. They're going to lose their shooter. So Team Dolan gets a little gift. They can peel that Murray. They can get rid of the deuce threaten. There is a corner guard out there that if Dolan loses his shooter, Murray might be able to tuck under, but I don't think Chris is going to lose his shooter on this one. Throwing an in turn. I like this choice. I always like going outside to in if I can on a hit out this far. Front end likes it. They're all in agreement. Make sure you keep the shooter. That's the object here. So Chris Dolan out with his first in the fifth. Austin Harvey scrubbing as hard as he can, keeping the line. Beautiful scrub by Austin. Holds the line. I don't even think that thing moved. I think we saw some smoke coming off the ice, actually. That kid can scrub. So Murray looking to maybe tuck behind the corner guard here, ignore that Dolan stone. That's the call. Trying to get their deuce. They need to get a deuce. They do not want to be forced for the third time. Sean Murray out of the Phoenix Coyotes Curling Club. Qualified through the Mountain Pacific playdowns, I believe, if I remember reading that. He's out with his first in the fifth. Scrubbers are on it, so they need to go for weight, it looks like. Okay, they're off, so it might be closer than they were thinking. Line looks okay. Rock's coming in nice. Now they're going to go for curl here late. Eric Colwell scrubbing as hard as he can. You can't leave any opening for this Dolan team, especially with Chris Dolan throwing the way he is. So looks like he's got broken record, but I'm sitting off to the side, so my angles are off. But it looks like he's got maybe a third of a rock. Looks like they're setting up for maybe a, I didn't see the shot called, backline tap maybe on this. Is that drawn to it? All right, so he's just gonna freeze right down to it. Force would be on with that. So Chris Dolan, yeah, the run back's there too. So I'm listening to the fans here. They know more about the sport than I do. I should have them on the mic. But the run back is there. It's a short run back. The freeze is the call. Chris Dolan out of the hack. Austin Harvey scrubbing right away. I think he's scrubbing for line. I don't think this is a weight scrub. They're going for line. It is curling. They are definitely going to be hitting their own. Now they're going for curl to run that back. So that line's been tricky this whole tournament. That line just, it takes off there. Chris Dolan tricked by it. So Murray gifted with open hit for two here to get his first two of the game. Chris and Dan are down there chatting. I don't think they're going to get tricked with that one again. They definitely didn't see something in that line. Sean Murray's set up in the hack, looking for an open hit and stick for two. Looks like he's throwing a nice, easy normal. Straight side sweeper is on it. They are going hard for line. He's just drawn. So I was completely off. I was thinking he was playing a hit. He is drawing. Sweepers are on it. They like it. Looks to be good. Murray hangs a 2 in the fifth. We got a 4-4 game after 5. Dolan coming into the 6th with hammer. We'll see you in the 6th. We are into the 6th end on the feature sheet. St. Paul Curling Club Dolan taking on the Murray team out of Phoenix. We'll go a little housekeeping here. We'll go through the scores here. We got a 3-1 Caldwell team looking to get their berth into the playoffs with a win. They are tied 4-4, taking on the Gleaton team. On sheet 5, of course, we're watching that one too. Wauwatosa team Freund up 7-3 after 4. They're still wrapping up their 5th end over the Carlson team. Battle of the Wisconsin squads. Team Bond and Team Workin over on sheet 3. Both 3-1 teams coming into this are. It's a 4-3 game. It looks like Team Bond is up in that one. So Workin out of Fargo, looking to do some damage here late. Rose Guzman, that's a game we're all watching. Rose is playing the upset right now for Pool B. So everybody watching that, they are up on Guzman 4-2. And over on sheet 1, we got the Johnson team out of Fairbanks taking on the right team. And it looks like we have a 3-2 game. Johnson out of Fairbanks. So some live action. All sheets are being streamed. Sheet 4 will be the only one with commentary. Feel free to mute it if you'd rather watch it that way. We have Red Pants Brian Unbehan out with his 2nd in the 6th. Sweepers are on it. Den Madcalf leaning into it, carrying it as far as they can. Beautiful line. Let's see how it finishes here. Austin Harvey pushing on the broom, trying to get that late finish. What a beaut. Nice scrub on the front end there. Austin Harvey gives the look like that's what's up. We got Murray up, hang a deuce in the 5th. Dolan with hammer. He's been efficient all day, so let's see if he can keep that up. We got Adam Endicott digging in for his first. Little discussion here. Big time. Looking pretty good for both squads. Dolan sitting at just over 11 minutes. Murray does have a couple minutes banked on the Dolan squad, 13 minutes. They are going to discuss here. Looks like after the 5th, you want to be at about 11 minutes, so both squads are on good pace, thinking time. Good opportunity to thank USA Curling for giving Chaska the opportunity to host this tournament, and giving the opportunity for all these athletes to compete in a tournament of this caliber. Big sponsors, the USA Curling, Columbia, big shout out to them. Dale's Pale Ale, big shout out to them. Twin Cities Orthopedic, big thank you to you guys. Big thanks to all the volunteers, the USA Curling staff, ice makers, Chaska Curling Club, Jeff Gustafson, everybody involved. Big shout out for doing what you do. It's been an awesome championship, fun to have in our host club. Speaking of host, our host team, which is always fun, we're rooting them on, playing better than anybody expected. Over here in a battle on sheet 6, Brian Caldwell and crew. Sean Murray's rock is out. They did come up with a decision. Playing a little soft tap on the Dolan stone here in the top 8. Spreads it out. Dolan with hammer. I heard it behind me. Split the house. I agree. Get the house. Open it up a little bit. Get it away from that center guard if you can. Hopefully you can deal with it. Get rid of that. So Austin Harvey, his first in the 6th. On point, perfect line. Dan Metcalf scrubbing to keep it straight. Might be a little narrow. He's going to get rid of the object stone. He is going to hang around. And he does get it far enough. Doubles there. Well, actually, with that center guard, it's not as easy as it looks. So that's what they're going to play. Play a little in-off here. Out-turn for Adam Endicott. There's enough spread on those stones that a field goal could be in play. Sweepers are watching it. It needs to curl. They are on plan B already. It needs to curl. They are going to hit the other stone. So He flashed it a little wide. Dolan going to ignore it and just split the house again? Or is he going to... That's the call. Or... Yeah. I like this call. He was thinking about chasing the Murray stone, but then, okay. Front end wants to chase, so Chris was easily talked into that shot call. So Austin Harvey looking to just get rid of the Murray. I'm guessing maybe just get right on the beak here and sit there. Rock is out of the hand. Brian staying close. Line looks good. Might need to curl. Dan's saying it does. Yeah. All right. So they lose their shooter. End opens up a little bit. A lot of stones left here. Wide open hit here for Mike Siggins, skating down for his first. Vice skip, but holds the broom, calls the game. Mike Siggins. Ready for his first. He's out of the hack. Rock is on the way. Sean's... Ooh, they're sweeping. Oh, this thing is turning sideways. Is it picked? Oh my gosh, that thing just hooked on him. I think he's going to lose his shooter for sure. He might get the stone. Oh, lordy flash. I think that thing picked. It really... Right past that hog line, that thing took like a foot turn to my right. So Chris Dolan gifted an opportunity. Austin Harvey, big sigh of relief. He was bumming about losing a shooter, but that doesn't matter at this point. Dan Metcalf looking to split the house. Dolan looking to stay efficient with the hammer. Rock is out of Dan's hand. He's hanging his head. I don't know if that's just both sweepers are saying it's not even close. It does look heavy. I don't know. Sean Murray is going to lay into this. I don't think he's going to get it out. Is he? Oh, and it does drift. Oh. So Dan Metcalf drifts through the house. He was hanging his head right away. He knew it was heavy out of hand. It's all right. What do? You move on. So Murray, Mike Siggins skates down. He gets a second crack. He is thankful for this. Just came off of a flash, but I do believe it was pick related. So Mike is set up for his second. Rock is out of the hand. This one did not turn like the last, so this one needs to curl. This one is wide. So he misses on the inside. Now he misses to the outside. Metcalf gets his second chance. Dan's over there hanging his head in disgust, and he looks up, and to his surprise, he gets another shot here. So some missed shots with the vice skips here in the sixth. Unlike them to have those missed shots. So Dan Metcalf looking to capitalize on this. The sweepers aren't even near it. Is this rock going heavy too? So Austin Harvey's stomping behind it, maybe trying to cause some vibration to get that thing. I think this one's going to bite. I said that last time, and I was wrong. It does. So Dolan's sitting two. Murray has a center guard that they can hit and bury under, yeah. Or straight draw. He's going hit and bury. So Dan Metcalf, he's relieved. He was thinking, oh my gosh, should I just do it twice in a row? But he does. He hangs around. Team Dolan sitting two. Murray, his first of two in the sixth end. Sweepers are going hard for curl. Are they going to flash again? Oh my gosh, this ice is tricking Team Murray. Something's going on here in the sixth end. All of a sudden, I don't know what's going on. They aren't getting curl, so they're discussing there. They are confused over here. The squad out of Arizona. Austin. Hey, somebody chimed in. Austin's 25 years old. Thanks for chiming in on the chat. Yeah, and I'm looking back, and yeah, I'm back to my hit call. That was a draw the whole time. Yeah, that was a great call. Well, that'll be a highlight in the career. So Chris Dolan set up, first of two in the sixth. Manitoba tuck. He's out. Broom dragging out in front of him. Rock is out of the hand. Sweepers are close to this one, which is a good sign. At first they were staying away from it. Sweepers are on it. They like the weight. Austin Harvey scrubbing away. Now he's just cleaning. Brian's looking to finish this stone. Red Pants is on it. He evens up the Dolan stone, so no double is in play. Beautiful place stone. Chris Dolan sitting three. Murray looking to maybe chip two of these Dolans out. So Sean Murray skating down. This is his last in the sixth, facing three Dolan stones. Looking to hopefully get rid of two of them. Regardless, get rid of one. We've seen some weird things in the sixth end, so nothing's guaranteed at this point. Sean Murray out of the hack. I don't think he's throwing soft weight. I don't think he wants it to over curl or curl. He just wants to throw it to where he wants to hit it. So he's going to hit the object stone. He's going to lose the shooter. Dolan sitting two. Open draw for three. Quite an interesting end. We had three missed shots in this end. And Dolan is able to walk away with an open draw for three. He's already got his deuce. Broom is down. They choose the, nope, Broom is down now. I thought they were going to go out turn. Chris likes his in turn. We'll get a time on this. He was dialed in with his last one. Drew right to the top tee line. Chris Dolan out of the hack. Rock is on the way. Austin staying close. He does not like it. Austin saying it's a little heavy. He's plowing. I think he's cleaning, and they like the speed. Brian signaling it's all there. 14-3-4, so it should bite in that back 12. Let's see if Murray can do it. They're not even going to try, so Dolan hangs a three, takes a 7-4 lead after six. We're going into the seventh. Dolan clinches a playoff spot with a win, so big game here. We'll see you in the sixth. See you in the seventh. We are into the seventh, watching the feature sheet between Dolan, Murray. If you win, you're in situation on sheet 4 here. And if you lose, it doesn't mean you're out necessarily. Both teams could end up in the playoffs here, but if you win, you're in, guaranteed. So Dolan, super efficient with his hammer today. He's had the hammer 3 times. He's hung 2 with 2 of them, and he hung a 3 in the 6th end. So they had forced Murray in the 1st and 3rd end. So Dolan's been in control this whole game, just like you want to do it on the books. So they drift to the back 12 with Brian's first one right in the center. Murray's just going to set some guards. I would assume we might see a couple guards out here for Team Murray in this end. This one's over curling on him. Curled out a mile. Just gets over the hog. And it over curls. I don't even know if that guard's going to be usable. So once again, that line, that inside to out, going away from the bumper here, or I should say going towards the bumper, is really curling. So Brian, unbehind, red pants out of the hack. Sweepers are on it. Looking to cover up his own in the back 12. So Brian is through his 7th end. Sets 2 stones usable there. So Dolan sitting 2. Lead for Team Murray, Eric Cowell in the hack. It's out of the hack. Rock is on its way. So I got some help for the noon game today. I got Adam Poley coming in to call the noon game. We are calling the last of the women's round robins at noon. And then Dave Merrick coming in at 4 o'clock tonight to call the first of the quarterfinal game. So nice to have another voice. Give me a little break. Dave is wonderful at calling games. He can do it himself, so I might be able to just add some color to that game. So looking forward to that one. Can't wait to have you in here, Dave. And Adam will be here at noon, so he's always fun to have in here. Get the ice making tidbits, and you get the different view of curling than just Niles Lewin. But anyways, we're live in Chaska, 2026 Men's Club National Championship. We're in the last of the round robins. Banger of a game. Got to call a great one yesterday morning. Got a great one this morning. It's always fun to call a close game. Dolan close by scorecard, but Dolan has been in control this whole game, so Murray's been chasing. The squad out of Phoenix coming through the MOPAC Association, the Mountain Pacific. Adam Endicott out of the hack with his first in the 7th. Trailing Dolan by 3 with hammer. They're looking to bury behind their corner. So they did attempt to throw a couple guards out there. One of them overcurled, but they did get a nice corner guard set up with their second one. And Adam Endicott does bury right behind that. Keeps it in front of the tee line. So wonderful shot by the second there for Team Murray. Austin Harvey digging in with his second. Asked to play a peel on this corner guard. Fires out of the hack. Right on line. Nice positive handle. Straight peel is on. Job well done. So Chris Dolan maybe getting a little more defensive here in the 7th with a 3-point lead. Not going to let guards hang around. I don't blame them. Why give them anything to build behind? Adam Endicott looks like asked to replace that guard. So they're really going to try their hardest to generate a 2 here if they can. Looks like to be a little heavy according to the shooter. Chat is live. Love to hear it. Trying my hardest. I'm solo. We will be better for the next draws. We will have 2 people in house. Team Caldwell, the hometown squad, needs a win. With a win, they get themselves into playoffs. They are up 6-4 over the Gleaton team. Always keeping an eye on the hometown squad. Looks like they're getting into the skip stones over there. Dan Metcalf, vice skip stones here, asked to peel. So Murray replacing guards, Dolan peeling. So Dan Metcalf gets the peel. Job well done. Look, I'm guessing we're going to have another guard here. So we're into the vice skips stones here. Mike Siggins skating down empty-handed, waiting for his corn broom, sitting down here. Mike Siggins had a pretty good game. He had a goofy 6th end. He had a great game going into it. Got tricked with the ice. I still swear on his first one he picked, but that second one definitely did not pick, and that just stayed out there. So Mike Siggins with his first in the 7th. Rock is out, looking to cover up that shot rock for Team Murray. I'd assume we might see this a couple more times, maybe another peel and maybe another guard, and then we might see a move. So Rock is in. Sweepers are staying away from it. It's heavier than they wanted. Might be a nice little run back double here for Dan. Although there is a jam there in the back on the Dolan rocks. Bumper weight is the call. So maybe not looking at the run back here. Maybe just looking at a hit and roll under. Bumper weight's the call. Dan Metcalf in the hack. Rock is out of hand. Bryant jumps it right away for line. This line curls a ton. It just always does. So beautiful, well done on the front. Oh, and he does wreck, but he still does get that back Murray stone. Dolan sitting one, so he is able to get that shot stone out. So Dolan sitting one, Murray with hammer. Looking to bury behind their corner guard, so replacing that corner guard. Mike Siggins asked for a little bit more broom. So that's based off of his first one. He did throw good weight, he just overcurled a little bit. So Mike Siggins with his second looking to bury behind his corner guard and sit 1-3. Rock is out of the hand. Sweepers are close. They are sweeping for line. Line looks good, so maybe they're sweeping for weight. They are off, and now they're looking to curl it. So maybe a little confusion on the front end there. They do keep it in front of the tee line, so job well done on that side, but they do leave it exposed. And you got Chris Dolan, who's been on fire today, coming down. He's got, depending on the angles here, I think he's got at least a half a rock he's looking at. I've been saying this whole tournament, this rock will curl on him, so let's see if he is positive on his handle or his weight. I didn't see the weight call. Looks like they're throwing bigger weight here. So looking to hit right on the high side. I don't know Dan's delivery that much, but I'm thinking this is like a normal weight. So he fires out of the hack. Rock is on the way. Austin is scrubbing hard because it is sweet. It is curling. It's been curling. Oh, beautiful scrub by Austin to keep that thing off. So Chris Dolan, sniper, able to get rid of the Murray stone. Gets rid of both of them. Now they're sitting two. Murray's got no stones in the house. Front end, Eric Caldwell's giving the look like, what do you do against this guy? Chris Dolan has absolutely been on fire this whole game. So what do we do here? We got Sean Murray looking to generate a skip deuce if possible. They have hammer in the end. They are looking to get a 2. They want a 2. Team Dolan looking in control. Regardless if Murray scores, Dolan's going to have hammer in the 8th, so they're in a good spot regardless. This rock is curling. Sweepers don't want to touch it. It is going to crash on their corner guard here. It's going to roll off into the rings. They get a little plan B. St. Paul crowd here is a little Oz. They were thinking, oh man, this might bury behind, but it didn't have enough juice. Chris Dolan with an open hit here to put the force on. Yep, so they shorten up the broom. We had a fan in the crowd that said, don't float this, and Dan Metcalf shortens his broom with kind of probably the same thought. Just make sure you hit the stone, right? That's all you care about. So Chris Dolan with a heck of a game today to start off the Saturday draws. Team St. Paul, hometown squad, playing out of control today. Beautiful shot. Force is on. We got Team Murray drawn against Dolan 2. I mean, there is a possible blank there if they wanted to, but they are not going to chance that and give Dolan a steal. So Murray looking to draw for 1. Dolan able to force Murray at this point 3 times with hammer. Where on the other side of it, Murray was not able to do the same to Dolan. Dolan was efficient with his hammer all day. So over on the Battle of Wisconsin sheet, Team Freund up to a lead here, 8-4 over the Team Carlson out of Kettle Moraine. Freund representing Wauwatosa. Rock is out of the hand for Sean Murray. Sweepers are staying close. I think they like the weight. Dragging it a little bit if they can. Doesn't look too frantic, so Sean Murray's able to hang one with the hammer. We got a 7-5 game. Team Dolan up by 2 coming into the 8th final end in the final round of the round robin men championships. Nice. Yeah. So I was just chatting with a fan here, watching the St. Paul squad, and we were talking about the playoff scenario. It's really difficult with the amount of teams, the amount of draws, and the records on who's going to do this, and you got to know the insides of the skips to the draws to the buttons. But we do know Team Dolan with a win here. It does sound like they will clinch the bye in the quarterfinals, so they will go straight to the semis with the win here. So they're playing defensive, throwing through the house. Like that call there. They got a 2-point lead in the 8th end with hammer. So we'll give this a good opportunity to take a look around. So we got the Caldwell hometown squad, 3-1 coming in. They need a win to get a berth into the semis. They are in a tie game over here in the 8th, 6-6. The Caldwell team does have hammer in the 8th. Over on 5, we just went through that. The Wisconsin battle, the Wauwatosa squad team Freund up to a nice lead, 8-4 over the Carlson squad. Then we have the battle of the 3-1s over here on sheet 3, Team Bond and Team Workin'. And I am not able to see the score. I see a 5. So it looks like it's a 5-3 game for Team Bond. Bond overworking 5-3. I called the working team. That's a polished squad, so that's a good game going over there. On the second sheet, we have the team that we're watching for the upset. Rose can clinch that pool with a win because they have not won this championship. So looking to take Guzman out of the tournament from playing the upset over here on sheet 2. Sheet 1, we have a battle over here between a 3-1 Johnson team. I'm not sure Wright's record coming into this, but we have a tie game on sheet 1. The Johnson team out of Fairbanks with a strong start to this tournament. Young squad, skipped by the junior coach out of Fairbanks, so fun squad. Now we're back to the feature sheet. Dolan playing defensive, getting rid of Granite. They are going to start peeling here. Gosh, it looks like there's a double peel opportunity here for Austin Harvey. Can he get rid of both of them and his shooter? So Austin set up here for his first in the 8th here. Fires out of the hack. Sweepers are staying close. I don't think they can do anything if they want, but he's keeping it straight. Bam. Double peel, Austin Harvey. That's a way to do it in the 8th. Skipper just had a sigh of relief. He's loving life right now. Austin Harvey with a giant shot. Double peel. So Murray definitely in a scramble mode at this point. They got to throw up a guard. They have no option not to. They need something to come behind. Tall order for Team Murray in the 8th with a well Dolan. Yeah, for how well Chris Dolan is throwing. Yeah, it was a tough ask all day. Thanks for chiming in, Paige. Nothing to take away from Team Murray. I've been watching this squad this whole tournament. These guys are fun to watch. Sharp curlers. Doesn't mean their tournament's over with a loss. There still could be a scenario where they make their way in. So big props off to them. They've just been outmatched by this Dolan squad. Skipper has been on fire this whole game. Austin Harvey with his second coming off of a nice double peel has to just play the single straight peel. Is it over curling? Nope. Enough heat to get rid of his shooter, so job well done. Nice pair in the 8th for Austin. We're going to see another guard go up. Mike Siggins skating down. Each stone that is eliminated, we are getting closer and closer to a Dolan clinch. Keeping a close eye on the sheet the game on sheet 6 here, because tie game. Caldwell with Hammer, hometown squad. Looks like they got a pretty good crowd watching them this morning. St. Paul drew the fans, made the drive out to Chaska. Fun to see. If that is the case and Dolan clinches into the semis, they are done for the day and they get the rest of the day off, and they will be back at 9 in the morning to face the winner of the quarterfinals. So Dan Metcalf, I could be wrong on this, so don't quote me, but we do feel like that's the case with the win here. So because we do know Dolan beat Caldwell lost to Murray, so I think that is the case if Dolan wins this. So straight peel for Dan Metcalf. Don't want to leave that shooter around. You gotta get the peel. Beautiful shot, right on line. Brian just clean. Oh, this thing's curling. Oh my gosh. That thing took off. They are going to leave the shooter. I thought it was perfect out of the hand, then all of a sudden the thing took off on them. So, Murray needs to get a 2 for a tie. Steal a 2, by the way. Dolan with hammer. So, have a little air in the lungs here, with that miss hit there. Dan got rid of the Murray stone, but he rolls right over to absolutely guard the Murray stone. So, Sean Murray's looking at his time. Both squads sitting at about 4.5 minutes, roughly. So, judging off of our sheet here, they're all sitting pretty well on time here, so nicely managed. I would assume once we get into the quarterfinals, those clocks will come into play a little bit more with some more thinking time needed. Mike Siggins out of the hack. His second in the 8th. Looking to come into the middle here. Bury behind their own. Are they going to crash? Are they going to get it around? Now they're going curl side, so they must be around it. Ooh! So they tick off. So Dolan's got a wide open hit on this. Process of elimination. They only have to get rid of, 3 more yellows to win. 2 more for a guaranteed tie. So Dan Metcalf has to get rid of one of these right here. Out of the hack with his out turn. Brian staying close. Sweepers like it. They're going for curl, if anything. Nope, they're off. Must be nice. They're on and off, so it's close. Dan Metcalf with a nice last shot in the 8th. Gets rid of a Murray stone. Murray's sitting second shot. Dolan squeaks into first shot with that one. Murray going to ignore the shot rock, and he's going to bury around if possible. So Murray is down to their last 3 stones in play. We are into the skip stones. This is Sean's first of 2. We got some Dolan fans watching in Maine right now, so we're all over the country on Team Dolan. Kristen, yeah, you did miss a good match. Team Dolan has been in control this whole one. Looks like we are doing a break, so I'm going to take advantage of that and rest the voice here. I've been talking a lot, so we'll see you after the break here. So we're on timeout with Team Murray. They got 30 seconds left in their timeout. They're kind of going over the options. Dolan's sitting shot rock. Originally, they were looking at just drawing around the centers here, and now they're kind of maybe looking at playing the red back. Well, nope. So they do go with their original shot choice, and they're going to come around them. So the other one they were looking at was maybe tapping that red into the back or just getting rid of it and sitting 2. But they decide to come around cover. I guess really for Team Dolan, just their main goal is get rid of yellows, right? So as long as they don't bury keep it open. That's one less yellow in game. So Sean Murray's set up with his first of 2 in the 8th. We are down to a nail biter. Dolan, you fishing with hammer all day, up by 2. Had a shout out from Austin's sister, Morgan. Morgan Harvey chimed in. She said, go Austin. He's had a hell of a game. He had a beautiful double peel here in the 8th, so fun to see your brother throwing so good. So this is definitely going to stay in the open. This is not going to bury around. This might even get through the house. Dan Metcalf scrubbing as hard as he can, and he does not get it out. But that is an open hit to get rid of yellow. He's not going to hit it. He's just going to freeze down and do it. There you go. You freeze to this. Dolan will be sitting 1. Murray would be sitting 2. So Dolan's looking to just take the yellow out by freezing to it. Chris Dolan's in the hack. Wouldn't be opposed to just getting rid of the yellow. Then the best Murray could do is tie. So, but Chris Dolan has been doing this a lot longer than I have, so I guess my first gut would have been just to get rid of the yellow. This is light for the freeze, but it is coming in beautifully. Both scrubbers scrubbing hard. So they did not freeze. They keep it in front of the yellow. It's open. So Murray's looking at this angle double here. Or I should say more Mike is looking at the double. Sean's looking at just the open hit on the intern side. Okay, so they go for this. I guess that was a shot the whole time. So Dolan, with that coming up a little short, gives Murray an opportunity here. Dolan with hammer. We got to keep that in mind. He's got hammer. So this would be a miracle here. But Sean Murray's out of the hack with his last in the 8th. Looking for an angle double. Sweepers are close. They're asking for sweep. It's got to be somewhat close. He gets the double jams. So Dolan sitting second shot. Game over. Handshakes are out. Team Dolan wins. It was a close shot for Sean Murray. He attempted everything he could. I did not see. Oh, and Team Caldwell drops theirs in the 8th. They give up a steal in the 8th. So the Chaska squad gives up a steal to lose the game. So now the playoff scenario is completely open here. Dolan is the only one that we know is moving on, and I feel good to say he just clinched himself a semifinal game at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning at Chaska. So Team Dolan gets the rest of the day off. They get to think about tomorrow's game. Great opening round robin from Team Dolan out of St. Paul. It's been a fun game to call. Sean Murray and squad, awesome tournament too. I don't think you guys are out of the scenario by any means. So we'll see you at noon with the women's draw, the last of the round robin. We will be covering, let's go through this. I'm going to be covering the Bemidji team, Team Berg, taking on Team Podol out of Fargo. So that's going to be a fun one to call here at noon. So we will see you at noon. Keep in contact here. We have the upset game going on Sheet 2. You know what? Hang out with me and we'll go over this. We're going to just see what's going on. So, in Pool B, Dolan wins. They are in. Caldwell loses. Murray loses. So both Caldwell and Murray drop to 3-2. Team Freund, they won, so they are 3-2. So we have 3 teams at 3-2 battling for that second and third spot in Pool B. So the tiebreakers will come to effect in that. We do know Dolan advances. Over in the Pool A, We have a battle going on sheet 3. Both 3-1 teams. Whoever wins that team is guaranteed to be in. And we have a 5-4 game. And we have, I'm going to bear with me. We have a 5-4 game. Bond on top with Hammer in the ace. So Bond is in control in this one. But the big game to watch is sheet 2. If Team Rose beats Team Guzman, which they are winning right now, that settles it for Team A. Johnson, Bond, and Working would automatically be gifted into the playoffs. So we're watching sheet 2. If anybody's out there would watch curling, Team Rose is out of Denver. They are in the orange jersey, taking on Team Guzman with the maroon and black jersey. And I didn't call them, so I actually don't know where they're out of. I think they're out of the East Coast, if I recall, or maybe Ohio. So long story short, keep an eye on sheet 2. That could just factor in the whole Pool A. I don't know who would be getting the buy-in Pool A, but Pool B, we definitely are going to be on the edge to see what all the tiebreakers play out. So thanks again for joining me. Niles Lewin, live at Chaska. We'll be down here at noon. I got Adam Pulley jumping on the call with me, so we will see you at noon. Thanks for everybody out in the chat. You guys were awesome. It makes the game so much more fun when you guys are chiming in, knowing that we're actually talking to people out there. So we will see you later. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Peace.